Hey YouTube, welcome to my next Visual Basics tutorial, and today we're going to be going over how to do a very basic project in VB. So the first thing I want you to do is, if you haven't done it already, go to File, New Project, and name it, and click on Windows Form Application like I did in my very first video. Next, you'll see a form like this. It will be small like this, just stretch it out, and you can extend it to however big you want. So now, right after you do that, I want you to go to your toolbox by clicking on it once, double click on button, and double click on label. Now you can also drag and drop these items wherever you want, but I just prefer double clicking. Now anyways, so now what I want you to do is move these items to wherever you want on your form and just follow my instructions. Now these first few videos are going to be very boring, just for a heads up, and they're just going to be going over very little nitpicky stuff, and as we get on you'll start to see why, and it'll all make sense later on. But for now, just follow my lead. I'll explain as I go. So click once on your button and come over to this property window. So now I want you to rename this button. So now I want you to name it BTN for button, and I want you to name it show. Because remember, I'm going to make this label do something, and you'll see in a minute. But now real fast, notice how when I go like that, you see how that our text in our button, like right in here, it still says button 1. That's because, well, we didn't change the text in it, we only changed the name. Real fast, just write the word show on it, and now go to our label. I'm just going to rename our label, and we're going to make it say LBL show for label show. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. And click on our label again, go down, and under text, I'm going to make it say hello world. Now, if you're new to computer science or comp sci, I use those interchangeably, just so you know. So if you're new to comp sci, pretty much, basically what you need to know is that pretty much the first project you always learn how to do is hello world, so that's what I'm doing now. Anyways though, to speed things up, I want you to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to kind of teach you guys the properties window, because this window is very important when it comes to Visual Basics. What you want to do is, I could either highlight it, or you could just click on it. I prefer highlighting. Go to font. And now it's kind of self-explanatory. Font, you can pick the text style, obviously bold, italics, crap like that, and font size. I'm just going to make it 26 and bold just so you can see it. And you can also change the size of this button and crap like that. It's pretty self-explanatory, VB, so I'm not going to go into that much depth. But now this is where the programming comes in. So what I want you to do is double click on button, or on your button. Now this new window comes up. Now notice how there's two different tabs up here. One is your design tab, which is this one, and the other one is your coding tab. So now, all this code, do not be overwhelmed. I'll go through this stuff later, but for now, this is all you need to know. Public class form 1. This is pretty much saying that this is the code for this form right here. Notice now the name of this form is form 1, and this is the code for it. So notice also as well, form1.vb, and there's a design tab, or design in parentheses. That's how you kind of know the difference between the tabs. I'm just kind of showing you the very basics here, but anyways, so this is how you can tell that this form, or what form you're programming for. Now this code right here. Now this code wasn't here actually before. It didn't show up until we double clicked on our button. Now notice how it came back. It's because when you want to write a function, which is what we're doing, we obviously want to make our button do something. Now, this is kind of a weird topic to explain. It will eventually make sense. Push through the first 3 tutorials if you're not understanding what I'm saying, but for now, just go along with it. This right here, this is what we like to call a sub in computer programming. Well, at least most people do. So, in this sub, pretty much this is what controls the function for a button. Now notice how it says private sub btn show click. So what this is saying is, alright, this is a sub, which you don't know what that means yet, but just go with it. This is the name, oh, oops, didn't mean to do that. This is to represent our button show. This is why we named it, because now we know we're programming for our button show. Now this underscore click is telling it, alright, when you click on the button, do something. And what it's basically saying is, all this other crap, no, like, I TA a class in my school called Visual Basics, and trust me, you'll never need to understand this for these first like 50 tutorials. It will all make sense. Just ignore it for now. The rest of this code, don't worry about it. So all you really need to know is what button we're programming for and what event we're programming for. An event, in other words, is just a kind of, I don't even know how to word it. It's basically just an action or something that happens on screen. So a click, for example, is an event. Typing is an event. You get what I'm saying. So anyways, though, instead of me boring you and preaching, let me just get this whole thing on the road. So what I want you to write is LBL show. Now notice how Visual Basics finishes it for you. Just, yeah, it's called IntelliSense. Just go with it. LBL, oh wait, that's show dot visible equals true. And that's all the code we're going to write for today. Now, real fast, I want you to go and click on your Hello World, scroll down to where it says visible all the way at the bottom, hit this arrow and click false. So now, real fast, I'm going to explain a few more things, but then when we run this, notice how it's not there. When we click on our button, it is now there. So now, real fast, notice how when you click on your button again, it's not going to disappear. That's because we did not write the code for it to disappear. All we wrote was the code for it to appear. Now, you can start to see where this is heading. A lot of people didn't know this, but programming, you have to program every single aspect. So I'm going to end the tutorial about here, but for now, I'm just going to go over and quickly run through everything we learned. We learned what a button does, which we pretty much already knew. A label, which self-explanatory. We learned that in our subroutines, this is what they're actually called, or subs, whatever you want to call them, our code goes in the middle of them, and that's how that's what the code will run. That's what the compiler will run. And the way we can tell what we're programming is by the name and the event. So yeah, that's all we had to learn today. It will make more sense later on. I'm kind of giving some advanced topics a little bit ahead of time, but it will help a lot in the future. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more and be ready for my next tutorial.